It's Thursday, August 24th, 79 CE, and Pompeii has no idea it's living through its last normal day. Within 24 hours, the city will be buried under 20 feet of volcanic ash. But right now, the forum is filling with merchants. The smell of fresh bread drifts from bakeries on the Via dell'Abbondanza. Children chase dogs through narrow streets. The Bay of Naples glitters blue in the morning sun. You're standing at the marine gate, watching fishing boats unload the night's catch. Mount Vesuvius rises to the north, dormant for centuries, a mountain covered in vineyards. But Pompeii hasn't noticed the small earthquakes, the wells running dry, the dogs barking at nothing. Most people think Vesuvius is just a mountain. Earthquakes happen all the time here. This is Campania. The ground always trembles. Today, we're walking through a city that feels eternal. Rome's favorite resort town, where wealthy Romans build beach villas and local merchants grow rich on wine and garum. Let's see what ordinary life looks like before everything changes. Pompeii, in August 79 CE, holds roughly 12,000 people, a Roman colony founded centuries ago, nestled between the bay and the mountain. It's a city of contradictions, wealthy villas with intricate mosaics, packed insulae where workers sleep six to a room. The forum is dominated by the Temple of Jupiter, with Vesuvius looming in the background. Emperor Titus has been in power for just over a year, following his father Vespasian's death. The empire is stable. Taxes flow to Rome. Pompeii pays its share and profits from the Pax Romana. Three things matter here today. First, the economy. Pompeii lives on wine production, garum fish sauce production, and serving Roman tourists who come for the baths and brothels. Second, the recent earthquake damage. 17 years ago, in 62 CE, a massive quake devastated the city. They're still rebuilding. The forum's temples still have scaffolding. Some wealthy families haven't returned. Third, there's strange activity from Vesuvius. Springs are drying up. Minor tremors have increased. A few old-timers remember the 62 earthquake started the same way. But most Pompeians dismiss it. Earthquakes are normal. Vesuvius has never erupted, not in living memory, not in their grandparents' memory. The mountain is safe. Our route moves from the marine gate at sunrise, through the forum at mid-morning, to the wealthiest houses by midday, the working-class districts in the afternoon, the amphitheater in late afternoon, the baths at dusk, and the streets after dark. 7 stops. One normal day in a city with 18 hours left. Stop 1. The Marine Gate and Fish Market. Early morning, just after sunrise. The fishermen are already shouting, Latin mixed with Oscan, the old local language that won't die. The dock smells like salt water, fish guts, seaweed drying in the sun. Gulls scream overhead, diving for scraps. A fisherman hauls a basket of mullet onto the stone wharf. He'll sell them for 2 asses per fish, enough to buy bread and wine for his family tonight, not enough to save. A garum merchant inspects amphorae, the fermented fish sauce that makes Pompeii famous. He's shipping 50 amphorae to Rome, each one worth 10 sesterces, a fortune in rotted fish. The bay is calm this morning, unusually calm. No wind. The water sits flat like polished bronze. A sailor mentions it to his captain. Bad sign, he says. The captain shrugs. It's summer. Summer is always calm. Behind them, Vesuvius rises, green with vineyards. The mountain produces some of Campania's best wine. Pliny the Elder will write about it, before he dies trying to rescue people from this very eruption tomorrow afternoon. But this morning, the mountain is just a mountain. A young woman buys fish for her master's household, 3 asses for 2 mullet. She hauls them in a basket toward the city proper. Time to follow her inland. Stop 2, the Forum. Mid-morning, 2 hours after dawn. The Forum is Pompeii's heart, a rectangular plaza surrounded by temples, the basilica for law courts, the macellum for meat and fish, porticos on all sides providing shade. The Temple of Jupiter dominates the north end, still under repair from the earthquake of 62 CE. Scaffolding covers half the facade. Workers argue about the cost of marble. A supervisor shouts at a slave who dropped a piece of column. The slave will be beaten later. Right now, there's work to do. The macellum is packed, housewives and slaves buying food for the day. There's no refrigeration in Pompeii. You shop daily, or you eat rotten meat. A butcher sells pork for 8 asses per Roman pound. A chicken costs 6 asses, expensive but fresh. A woman haggles him down to 7 asses. He wraps the meat in cloth. She pays and moves on. Near the temple steps, an augur reads omens from bird flight. He's seen disturbing patterns. Birds flying inland, away from the sea, away from the mountain. He mentions this to a merchant. The merchant laughs. Birds do what birds do. The augur persists. Something is wrong with the god's favor. The merchant drops a coin into the augur's cup and walks away. Superstition, he thinks. He should listen. In our time, this forum is ruins, perfect for tourists. The columns still stand in places. You can see where the basilica walls stood. Archaeologists excavated this exact spot in the 1760s. They found skeletons huddled in the porticos. People who thought the covered walkways would protect them from the ashfall. They were wrong. A magistrate crosses the forum, purple-striped toga, 2 slaves carrying his papers. He's worried about the aqueduct. Water pressure has dropped. The public fountains are running low. He thinks it's earthquake damage. He's partially right. The earthquakes are warning signs, but the problem isn't damage. It's that the mountain is swelling with magma, fracturing the underground water channels. By this time tomorrow, the aqueduct won't matter. But today, he dictates a letter to the water commissioner. Time to see how the wealthy live. Stop 3, the House of the Faun. Late morning, approaching midday, one of Pompeii's grandest houses. 2 full city blocks. An atrium with an impluvium catching rainwater. A peristyle garden with columns. A dining room with the famous Alexander mosaic. The owner is away in Rome. Smart man. The steward manages the household. 10 slaves, gardeners, cooks, cleaners, doorkeepers. A slave waters the garden plants. Boxwood hedges cut into shapes. A fountain burbling in the center. The water pressure is low. He notices, but doesn't mention it. Slaves don't question things. They survive. In the kitchen, cooks prepare the midday meal. The steward will eat well, even with the master gone. Bread baked this morning. Garum sauce. Olive oil from the estate's trees. Wine mixed with water. Honey cakes for dessert. The cook earns maybe 400 sesterces a year, paid quarterly. Enough to rent a small room, enough to eat, enough to dream of buying freedom someday. The house will be buried by tomorrow night. Ash will pour through the impluvium, filling the atrium 15 feet deep. The garden will be entombed. The Alexander mosaic will survive under the ash, perfectly preserved. Discovered in 1831, now in the Naples Archaeological Museum. But today, it's just a floor, beautiful, expensive, normal. The streets outside are getting hot. Midday in August. No one with money stays outside now. Time to see the people who have to. Stop 4, a bakery on Via degli Augustali. Midday, the 6th hour. 30 bakeries operate in Pompeii. This one is typical. Large millstones turned by donkeys. A donkey walks in circles, grinding grain into flour. The sound is constant. Stone on stone, the donkey's hooves on pavement. The baker's apprentice feeds grain into the mill. He's 14, started at 7. Will work until he's 21, if he lives that long. He earns 1 sesterce per day, enough for cheap wine and bread. He sleeps in the back room with 2 other apprentices. The oven is massive, wood-fired, burning since before dawn. The heat is brutal. The baker pulls loaves out with a long paddle, round loaves stamped with the baker's mark, 8 segments so they break evenly. A loaf costs 2 asses. Most families buy one daily. A woman buys bread and small talk. She mentions the water is low. The baker agrees. Bad for business. Hard to make dough without water. They both blame the aqueduct. Nobody blames the mountain. If you're enjoying this and want to support the channel, consider subscribing. It helps us keep making these reconstructions. Thanks. In 1930, archaeologists found this bakery, perfectly preserved. The millstone still in place. Carbonized loaves still in the oven. 81 loaves. Left when the baker ran, or tried to run. They found his body in the street outside, buried in ash, trying to reach the marine gate. He didn't make it. Time to see where the workers live. Stop 5. An insula near the amphitheater. Afternoon, the 8th hour. The insulae are nothing like the grand houses. 3-story tenements, 6 to 8 families per building. Narrow stairs, small rooms, no running water. Chamber pots emptied into the street every morning. The smell is powerful. Human waste, cooking fires, sweat. Too many people in too little space. A fullery operates on the ground floor, cleaning and dyeing cloth. Workers stand in vats of urine, stomping cloth clean. The ammonia smell is overwhelming. They earn 3 sesterces per day. Hard work, chemical burns common, but it's steady employment. Upstairs, a family of 5 shares one room. The father is a construction worker, rebuilding earthquake damage. He earns 4 sesterces daily. The mother weaves at home, sells cloth in the market. 2 young children, 1 infant. They eat bread, beans, occasional fish, meat on festivals. They're poor but not starving. Pompeii's economy is good. There's work for anyone willing. The father notices tremors, small ones. The floor shakes. Dust falls from cracks in the plaster. He's noticed more tremors this week, but they've lived with earthquakes since 62 CE. You get used to it. You have to. You can't afford to leave. Where would you go? In our time, this insula is a ruin. The upper floors collapsed. But archaeologists found evidence of the fullery, vats still in place, tools preserved, and bodies. A lot of bodies. People who tried to shelter inside, hoping the building would protect them. It didn't. The amphitheater is nearby. Might as well see it. Stop 6. The amphitheater. Late afternoon, the 9th hour. Pompeii's amphitheater holds 20,000 people, the entire city population, plus visitors. It's the oldest surviving Roman amphitheater, built around 70 BCE. Today there are no games, just vendors setting up for tomorrow's show. Gladiators versus criminals. Always popular. A vendor arranges cushions for rent. Sitting on stone for hours is brutal. Rent a cushion for 1 SE. He expects good business tomorrow. There won't be a tomorrow. Guards patrol the exits. 17 years ago, riots broke out here. Pompeii versus Nuceria, a sporting rivalry turned deadly. Nero banned games for 10 years. The ban was lifted recently. The The city is eager for entertainment. The amphitheater will survive the eruption, mostly intact. The oval structure channels the ash flow around it. When excavators found it in 1748, they thought it was a temple, too well preserved to be 1700 years old. But it was, still is. The sun is setting. Time to head to the baths before dark. Stop 7. The Forum Baths. Dusk, the 11th hour. The baths are crowded, men and women in separate sections. The caldarium is hot, heated floors, steam rising. Men soak and scrape oil and dirt off with strigils. Conversation echoes, politics, business, gossip about who's sleeping with whom. The baths cost 1 as for men, 2 asses for women. No one knows why women pay more. They just do. A businessman discusses wine shipments with a merchant. Prices are good this year. The Vesuvius vineyards produced excellent grapes, rich volcanic soil. He's planning to expand his vineyard up the mountain slopes. More soil, more vines, more profit. By noon tomorrow, his vineyard will be under 10 feet of pumice. In the women's section, a wealthy matron complains about her slaves. They're lazy. They steal food. She threatens to sell one. Her friend sympathizes. Good slaves are hard to find. They discuss jewelry, new tunics, who is invited to whose dinner party. Outside, in the palestra, young men exercise. Wrestling, throwing javelins, running. A trainer shouts corrections. The evening air is warm, unusually warm for this late hour. No breeze from the sea. These baths will be excavated in the 1820s. The heating system intact, the frescoes still visible. The bodies of people who died here, still clutching their belongings. Night is falling. Time to see the streets after dark. Stop 8. The streets at night. Night after dark. Pompeii at night is not completely dark. Torches burn outside wealthy homes. Oil lamps flicker in windows. The fuller moon provides some light, but the narrow streets are shadowed, dangerous. The watch patrols, looking for thieves, drunks, curfew violators. They carry sticks and lanterns, calling the hours. All's well. In a thermopolium, a bar restaurant, men drink wine and eat hot food served from clay pots set into a marble counter. An argument breaks out over dice. Gambling is illegal, but universal. The barkeeper separates them before knives appear. A prostitute leans in a doorway. The brothel behind her is small. Crude frescoes on the walls. Stone beds with thin mattresses. She charges 2 asses, the price of a loaf of bread. Some men pay. Most walk past. It's late. Across the city, families settle in for the night. Oil lamps extinguished, too expensive to burn all night. Chamber pots within reach. Doors barred. Tomorrow is a normal day. Markets to visit, work to do, sacrifices at the temple. Life continues. Vesuvius stands silent in the darkness. Magma rising in its throat, pressure building. The mountain has been dead for 800 years, but it's waking up. How do we know this? We know this with remarkable precision. Pliny the Younger wrote 2 letters to Tacitus, describing the eruption in detail. He watched from across the bay, while his uncle Pliny the Elder died trying to rescue people. We have his exact account. The archaeological evidence. We have the evidence. 30,000 artifacts preserved in ash, including bread still in the ovens and bodies frozen in their last moments. We have the graffiti on the walls, political slogans, love declarations, and crude jokes. The architecture remains perfectly preserved under 20 feet of volcanic material, capturing the final moments. We have the casts. Archaeologists poured plaster into voids left by decomposed bodies, capturing their final moments. We also have the coins, dated precisely, showing this happened in late August or early September 79 CE. The date. Recent evidence suggests October, but August 24th remains the traditional date. The gaps are real. We don't know exactly what people said. We don't know individual thoughts. We don't know who survived and who didn't, unless we found their bodies. But we can reconstruct daily life. How much things cost, what people ate, and how they lived. AI visuals help us see these patterns, reconstructed from archaeological evidence and checked against historical sources. History is reconstruction. This is what we can see. Night in Pompeii, August 24th, 79 CE. The city sleeps. 12,000 people are breathing, dreaming, and living their last hours of normal life. Within 12 hours, Vesuvius will explode, sending a column of ash and gas 20 miles high. Within 18 hours, pumice will rain on Pompeii, burying the streets and collapsing roofs. Within 24 hours, pyroclastic surges will sweep through, superheated gas and ash killing everyone still alive instantly. 2,000 people will die in Pompeii, maybe more. The exact number is unknown. Entire families will be buried together, slaves and masters dying the same death. But that's tomorrow. Tonight is August 24th. Tonight, Pompeii is alive, busy, crowded, and normal. The baths are warm, the wine is flowing. Children sleep in their beds. Merchants dream of profit, and slaves dream of freedom. Nobody dreams of fire from the sky. Next time, the eruption itself, 18 hours of hell, how Pompeii died. But for now, August 24th, 79 CE. Pompeii sleeps under the stars. Fishing boats rock in the bay. Mount Vesuvius breathes quietly, waiting. This was the last normal day. No one knew it. No one ever does.